banks to keep our money safe. But what happens when somebody steals our money from the bank?
Well, one Southwest Florida company is out $250,000, the victims of suspected bank fraud. And they say their bank isn't fighting to get back their funds. Wake News investigative reporter Peter Fleischer explains the impact and what victims want other banking customers to know.
Tiffany Allen is used to big deals that involve a lot of cash. Her family has owned RV Country in Fort Myers for more than 40 years now. Money comes and goes.
$270,000 came out of our account.
So it wasn't totally unheard of when 5 separate wire transfers removed more than $250,000 from their business account on March 29th earlier this year. The shocking part? Allen and her family never approved the withdrawals.
You just feel a little sick to your stomach, but at first you're like, well, this is a fraud and they're gonna reject these wires and get our money back.
Founded in 1981, RV Country has always been located in the Fort Myers area. Allen's family used SunTrust banks for years. Back in 2019, SunTrust merged with BB&T, forming Truist Bank. Allen says her family chose to stick with Truist through that change, in part because of how Truist sells you on its security.
We're going to be a stronger, bigger bank. We're going to be more secure, and obviously that wasn't the case.
Truist claims about security can be found all over its website, touting better security and security tech. But that has not been the Allen family experience. After the unapproved wires, they were able to piece together how the money was removed. Truist claims someone changed the security number on their accounts and wired the money using a foreign IP address. Allen says Truist has had no explanation for how this has all happened.
They didn't notice that my security phone number changed. They didn't notice that this is a strange IP address that these wires are coming from. I didn't even think this was real, something like this could actually happen.
More than 5 months later, Truist is still not recovered or refunded most of that money. More than $240,000 is still missing. It's equal to several smaller RVs being stolen right off the family's lot. I've reached out to Truist several times. Nobody agreed to speak with me for the story, but after several emails, their public affairs team sent me a statement saying, in part, while we can't discuss or confirm client relationships, we can share that we immediately escalated to our fraud team to look into the matter. Allen says it's this type of communication and lack of transparency that drove them to share their experience.
They don't really know who we are. We're just another number to them.
Since her experience, Allen has discovered reports of several similar stories. A contractor in Virginia, a family estate in New York, several cases in Atlanta, reports from all over the country with different types of accounts.
I just feel like Truist should stand behind their customers. That's their job. That's why we put our money in our banks.
I reached out to the Florida Chief Financial Officer half a dozen times before his staff sent me to the Office of Financial Regulation. I reached out to their Director of Communications, Katie Norris, several more times, leaving emails and voicemails. I never got a response. Answers and accountability have been difficult to find.
It's sad to think that this could take a business completely out of business, and then you're putting 20 families without a job.
RV Country has been able to drive through this nightmare despite a lack of answers from Truist. Others might not be so fortunate. Reporting in North Fort Myers, investigative reporter Peter Fleischer, Wink News.